Hello, you lovely, lovely people. And again, welcome back. And thanks for taking the time to click on the video, if indeed you have. Today's subject is about e-begging. And the more that I've been, watching some channels on YouTube, coconut, the more I'm seeing it. Now, when someone's got, which I've got, buy me a coffee on there, which is fine because I don't ask for anything. It's just a simple link I put on there if somebody wants to, buy me a coffee. That's totally fine and up to the, their subscriber. But what I'm seeing, and it's totally different to that, is some YouTubers asking for the money, like asking to put funds into wherever they are, PayPal or something like that, for an example. And the worst of it is, it's here in the Philippines. Many foreigners are doing it, and it's just not right. I don't think it's right. To actually, yes, to have a channel and to put on good content, that's great. But I don't think there's any place, and certainly any room, to be asking your subscribers or your watchers to be asking for money. And there was a couple of channels that I saw, it was a while back, and a guy who I think was pretending to be sick, you're in hospital, and asking for, and he was in the Philippines, and he was asking for money to be sent to him to pay for medical and things. Well, where's your morals? Where's your pride to be asking people for money? I mean, asking, it's, in my eyes, it's just not right. And I think that if you're in the Philippines and you become asking for money, then you shouldn't really be here. If you're that short of money, you just simply should get on a plane and go back home. It's like now it's panhandling on the internet, and it's becoming more and more. There's a few channels there recently I've seen where they've been asking for donations, or asking to put money into their sources, what they've got, PayPal, I think, and things like that. And I think if people want to do it, that's fine, but not to ask. This is only my personal feeling and my perspective. It doesn't really look good on foreigners when you come in here and you are asking for donations in a roundabout way. Like I said, if you've got a PayPal link on there, or you've got buy me a coffee, that's fine. Many YouTubers do that because making content is not always easy. It's not as easy as what some watchers might think. You've got to think of the content, you've got to think of what the people might be interested in. So the simple buy me a coffee is just, that's up to the watcher if they want to, but not to simply ask. And it is becoming more and more channels are doing it, asking. And the channels that I'm seeing are in the Philippines, and it's just not right. It's just not right, in my opinion. If you haven't got enough money to stay here and you're actually asking for money, then maybe you should be taking a look at yourself and maybe thinking, should I go home? Where I've got more help from our governments, or because to be asking for money is just, here in the Philippines as well, it's simply not right. There was a guy who was sick as well, which I just said a little while ago. He was sick, and it was found out that he was scamming. He didn't need the, well, maybe he did need the money, but nevertheless, you shouldn't be asking for it directly through your YouTube channel. I mean, yes, if you're desperate and you need the money for something that's very important, then maybe ask family or friends, but not strangers on the internet who, has been kind enough to even click on your channel and watch your channel. And to rely on YouTube for your income, I would say it's not the best plan to be doing that. You don't earn much money on YouTube. By the time YouTube take their money, by the time you pay your taxes, because your taxes are already deducted before you get your money on YouTube, I believe. So you can't rely on YouTube, guys, for your small channels like mine. I'm like a very small channel, very I'm minuscule, and I certainly wouldn't rely on YouTube for my income. Certainly wouldn't, and I certainly wouldn't be asking my subscribers or my watchers on YouTube to donate me money because I haven't got like enough money for this, or I haven't got like enough money for that. My father said to me when I was a young boy, and he kind of like embedded it in my mind, is you got to learn to paddle your own canoe, son. And it's true. You can't expect anybody else to bail you out of trouble with people you don't know. Friends, yes, by all means, friends, family. But it's just, to me, it's kind of embarrassing when I'm seeing these channels. I'm cringing because they are here in the Philippines and they are foreigners. They are foreigners asking people to give them money. Please send me money for this. Please send me money for that. God almighty. I mean, yes, like I said earlier, if you've got these links in your description, that's choice. It's choice if the people think your content is good and they think that it's worth a donation of some kind, of buy me a coffee or directly into your PayPal account. That's different because you're not asking, you're given a choice. But to actually see it more and more, I'm seeing it more and more, and the same people asking, please, and blah blah blah, and give me this and give me that. It's terrible. What I say is, if you're in that state where you're asking strangers for money, then you've either got no pride and no self-respect, or you just simply haven't got the money to stay here. Then it's a simple case of going back to where you come from. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that as in, you simply haven't got enough money to be here. Otherwise, you wouldn't be asking for money. So it's just me. It's just the way that I'm built. And I tell you something though, people. If I was in a terrible state like that, I would never ever ask. It's just me. I wouldn't do it. My pride wouldn't let me do it. And like my father always said, you've got to paddle your own canoe. You can't rely on people to keep bailing you out of trouble. You've got to get that integrity for yourself, and you've got to make sure that, yes, we all fall on hard times. All of us, everybody, even the best of us fall on hard times. But at the same time, you've got to learn to dig yourself out of the hole, one way or another. Like I said, family and friends, brilliant. But strangers, nah, never. And guys, many of these people who ask for money, they've probably got plenty of money anyway. There was this incident, and it was in South Korea when I was working in South Korea. And it was one of my colleagues, actually, that I was working with. And she did a GoFundMe because she required an operation. And she did a GoFundMe page. And this lady that I'm talking about, she was a wealthy lady, but she didn't want to spend her own money. She didn't want to spend her own money on her operation. And I don't know how much she raised on GoFundMe. I just thought, dear God, It's not just, it's everywhere in the world people are doing it. What I think is that YouTube, this is just personally what I think, if YouTube's algorithm picks up something where people are begging, then they should be given a warning perhaps first, and if they continue to do it, then more serious consequences where perhaps they should shut their channel down. It's just me thinking this, because even if these people are e-begging and you've got a generous heart and you are donating, you don't know where that money is going. You don't know if they are really sick, like that guy I'm talking about earlier on, he had all pipes up his nose and he was I'm dying, I'm this and that. He wasn't dying at all. He was back out, he was out the following day after, I don't know how much people donated to him, but a scam. It's just simply a scam. Some might not be scams, some might be true where these foreigners actually need the money, but you shouldn't be asking for it through your channel. You shouldn't be asking for it. And there is some really kind-hearted people who give what they haven't got because they are that way inclined themselves, where they will give people because of perhaps they feel sorry for them, but they will give what they haven't got themselves. And these people who don't need it, who receive it, are laughing all the way to the bank. It's just a foreigner's perspective of e-begging, foreigners e-begging here in the Philippines. There is some great content with a regular guy. He's got some great content. He never e-begs. He never would. I know he wouldn't, Great guy. He makes some great content driving around the Philippines. And I love his channel. I really do. I think he's great. And you never see someone like that e-begging, It's just the people who sit in the armchairs. Armchair e-begging. That's what I'm going to call it. Armchair e-beggars. Scammer e-beggars. But you shouldn't be doing it, guys, Oh, nearly fell over in the mud. You shouldn't be taking advantage of the kind-hearted people who have taken the time to watch your channel, and then you're asking them for donations. Terrible. Anyway, guys, that's it. Very quick indeed. What's your take on it? Leave me a comment. Thank you, guys. Take good care. Bye-bye.